The thing about life is decision making.
There are a lot of people.
You know, like I came up in an environment where they say, you know, your environment makes you and dictates what you do. I was in an environment where everybody was doing the wrong thing, and I was able to say, I don't want to do that. I don't feel like killing. I don't think it's the right karmic thing to do. See, the thing about life is you have the ability to make decisions. So if somebody tells you something stupid, you could choose to run with it, or that flag should be able to flash and say, I'm not running with it. That's a choice that people have the ability to make.
That is
you
true.
can be influenced, but ultimately what God did give us is the ability to have a point of view, a perspective, to stand behind it. You know, you can be insecure or be secure about it. You know, you can stand out or stand in the crowd, but it is a choice. A choice that you as a person can make. You can't blame your actual actions on anything else but yourself.
Recognize what really makes you happy. If you feel like you're losing, you're losing. It doesn't matter what other people feel. So I know how it feels to be perceived as winning and be feeling like, I'm losing. I stopped living according to what people wanted me to do. I started living according to what actually made me happy. Like if you're in a situation that don't make no sense, then get out of it. Don't make it make sense. 1 + 1 always equals 2. If you're not happy, change your life. But you're not worried about what you put in your body. You're going to put some shit that, you know, that other people make.
Right.
And then on a corporate level, you don't trust corporate, but you buy corporate food.
Every weakness that's perceived as a weakness, I've made a conscious effort to turn it into a strength. So if I'm in an environment where survival is hard and I survive it, then I'm going to use that to showcase my strength. And as a strength, monetize the fact that learning from this experience could make you do better in your future. You understand? I'm diabetic. So instead of looking at that as a weakness, I look at it, listen, I must be diabetic. God gave it to me because I have a platform to showcase it and make everyone's lives better. You know, everything happens for a reason. Anything bad could be good. There's a yin and yang to everything. It's about your perspective and the energy and the effort you put forth to it. Wealth is happiness completely. It's how much you laugh and how much the people you love laugh. And that's really what love is, how much time you spend. Like sending money back to somebody like a child, it's not considered love because kids don't care about money. I remember when I was a child, all I wanted for Christmas was for my parents, for my mom to get back with my dad. And I wasn't able to give that to any one of my children. So I still have work to do. You know, I haven't hit that wealthiness because I haven't been able to take that most important pain to a child and take that away from my children. I haven't broke that cycle. That would be wealth. If my children don't have to pick a side, if they don't have to watch us fight, if they don't have to tune out because they don't want to hear us argue. You know what I'm saying?
What's going to be the secret there? What have you learned that you'll apply?
Finding the right woman for the right reason. So it's great because I was really able to recognize it in Raquel, but I was like, nah, this time I'm staying, we're doing everything together. Well, I enjoy this too much. So it's always looking at it from my kid's perspective, my woman's perspective. I think I've learned to take my eyeballs out of my head and put it in theirs for a second to see what they see and what would make them comfortable over me. As a boss, your job is to think about your business and your staff before you think about yourself. It's the same thing a dad does or the head of a family. So I guess me being conscious of these things at 47, being evolved enough to take the time to appreciate that's to me is wealth. You know, uncompromised, great quality of living. Like, I prefer not to live in a house that's not big and all the luxuries that I've worked so hard to get. But I think every circumstance Raquel and I have been in, we've been equally happy, whether it's a big house or a studio apartment.
I think the death of my mother probably got me really focused, and I understood that there wasn't going to be anyone there to take care of me. I had to take care of myself. And just out of respect for her life and all the things she did to make me a better person, I had to apply all those things. So, you know, at like 17, my mother died when I was 16. At 17, you know, I was running the streets so heavy and it was getting so critical that I put myself in boarding school. You know, I figured out how to get a scholarship, and because of the ability that my mother gave me to articulate what's on my mind, to read, to write, you know, to not be afraid. And also I was, you know, boxing. So I went to the boys club and they were giving out scholarships for, you know, you took a test, I passed the test, and, you know, I made it. And I would just always able to put myself in a better place. I never let anybody else control my destiny. My mom's taught me to make things happen on my own, not to depend on anybody. And if I have an opinion, to speak on it.
I'm used to living by a discipline where all I know is to survive, you have to have honor, and it feels right. You know, and I've just never been one to consider cheating a win. I don't think looking like you're winning is winning, because really all I care about is what I think about myself, not what other people think.
Some of us acting like bosses.
Right.
But some of us really are.
Right.
Some of us looking like bosses.
Right.
But some of us really are. Nigga, if you a boss, where's your office? And it better be yours, you better be paying the rent.
Right.
Let me see some P&L. Let me see you pay some employees. Let me see you broke for a second because you ain't collect no bread.
That's
you know what
facts.
net 30 is? All of that type shit.
Right.
If you a boss, you know about paying and all that. You know about paying people before yourself?
Right.
All that. You know about every time you start a new business, like when you make a movie and like we make movies.
Yeah.
How long it take to get the money back?
Years.
Nigga, how they gonna
A decade.
Look, like, the thing about how the bullshit is, like, everyone knows, like, this kid puts his own money up, even for his own movie, a man of his own.
Yeah.
But he's broke.
Yeah.
You know why I'm broke? Because I got money in equity in businesses. Like, I don't want to drop records. I drop businesses. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, I sell companies like niggas sell records. That's
Right,
my
right.
game. I play a different game.
Right, right.
So when niggas say, how many records you sell? I don't know how many companies I sold Rockaway, I sold Rockefeller,
Yeah.
Floyd. I sell companies. There's men that don't sell companies their whole life, don't know what it
Y'all
means.
sell records,
Don't
I
know the
sell companies.
And I do.
Bars.
But it's true. You know what I mean? That's like a real fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And every time I sell one, that means I started from scratch. That means I
Right.
had to be broke. I had to feel some pain,
Right.
pause. I had to lose, sustain, look up, and
Yeah.
then go sell it and make some bread, pay off some bills, and start again.
There it is.
And
That's
then you flip, because I learned that from the street. Like, yo, I could buy something for $20 and sell it for $40.
right.
You know, if I break it down, I buy something for $40, break it down, sell it for $80.
Right.
That's just what I did. I made a record company so that I could do a clothing company so I could do a television network.
Right.
Flip. Next, I'm gonna flip for a
And
team
you're
or
gonna
something.
keep going. It's hard to keep a real boss down. Now,
Well, nobody never been down. See, that's
Right.
the thing. They can make you look a certain way.
right.
But bottom line is, I don't know, man. I like when I do my Instagram, I'm not outside. I'm in the house. I'm in my office.
Right.
I'm not trying to front. I'm not posing. Like my
Right.
natural life looks like a movie.
Right.
So at any time, I've never had a problem. I ran around the world and opened up galleries all over the world. Like I got DD172 in Tribeca, Poppington, and Lower East Side. I got one in Burbank, one in Hong Kong, Po Hung Fong.
Yeah.
No one ever wants to talk about that.
Right.
All the cultural things. I'm the DNA of what I want the culture to be at some point, and I want us to be tasteful.
Right.
I want us to be evolved.
Right.
I want us to deal with things like men, not emotion.
Right.
I want us to really be rich, not look rich. I want us to be friends. I want us to stick together. I want us to take care of our kids. I want us to take care of our women. I want that to be cool. I want selling out to be sucker shit. I want looking the other way to be sucker shit.
Yeah.
I want treating women bad to be sucker shit.
Right.
I want f***ing with little girls to be sucker shit. I don't want people to be f***ing with people, even though they do f***ed up shit. Looking the other way gotta stop. You gotta be accountable.
Why are
You know,
cats
people-
scared to have them conversations, Dane? Why are
I
cats
don't
scared
even know.
to say
I don't.
what
You ask me about fear, and I don't even know what that is. The only
Right.
thing I fear is fear. So you asking me about a concept I don't understand. That's no bueno. That's not even a
Because
language
cats
I
don't
speak.
want to talk. People will hide and just follow
Listen,
and
when you
chase.
when you
Like,
speak
except
boss,
for people like
when
you.
you speak boss, you don't understand fear. What language is that? Fear.
Right.
What does that mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? You got to translate that to me. I don't
Right.
even. What is that?
I've never
I'm
understood.
a boss. Bosses
I don't
are not
speak
scared.
fear.
You know, like, what does that mean? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like if you a boss, fear doesn't even come into it.
Number one, if you want to be a professional, it doesn't come to you. You got to go get it, because everybody else is trying to go get it. And it means you're trying to be the best in the world. So that means you have to really work hard. But don't let your music and be so selfish about your artisticness and chasing your dream that you neglect to take care of what's important and not make time and miss your family. If you give an honest effort, you give 100%, you should win. I haven't seen anybody play honest and give 100 and lose. I've never seen that. I've seen people play, cheat, and quit and fail. I've seen that happen. But I've never seen someone give 100%, play the game right, get knocked down, get back up, and keep doing it and being persistent at it. I've never seen someone lose. And I always say for any business, to just even get sustainable is going to take 5 years. And after 10 years, you're good forever. You understand? If you could last 10 years, you're a brand, A1. If you probably take 5 years to sustain or be sustainable and make money. But if you could last for 10 years, you should never have to worry about that ever again. When people make me the underdog, it's funny because they don't understand what the game I'm playing. Just because I'm not playing your game or just because I'm not moving at the pace you're moving, it don't mean I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Your win ain't the same win as mine. And it's never been. Like what I've always like, when someone thought a record deal was dope, I was like a label deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a record deal. You should have a label deal. You know, you might have a TV show You should have a network. You know, that's just how I think. I have boss thoughts. I'm always thinking boss. I don't know what
chapter right there. Boss thoughts.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't know any other. I don't know any other language but boss language. You know what I'm saying? So when people don't talk in boss to me, I don't know what they're saying. You know what I'm saying?
It's a language.
There's approach.
It's a language.
Like people approach things like bosses, and people approach things like workers. A lot of people don't want to be bosses because there's so much responsibility that come with it.
Yeah.
You understand? They're scared of it, and I always say that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But a boss only can think about it in boss terms. So if somebody says they want to get in business, some people might say, "Oh, I need somebody to give me a job." That's not a boss thought.
Right.
A boss says, if I want to get in business, my thought is, if I want to get in business, I'm going to create the business. I'm going to buy the business. You understand what I'm saying? Then I'm going to do the business, but I'm not trying to be hired. My approach is always going to be bossy. You know, someone that's not used to being a boss, his thought process ain't bossy. We don't have boss thoughts.
Fluent boss.
You understand what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, fluent and boss. And if you don't talk to me in boss, I don't understand what you're saying. For real.
Be like,
and people will think you're an asshole because they're like, no, that's not how I approach things.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not celebrating that. That you got a
when
job.
You hear boss talk, it's like, I speak that.
Yeah.
I speak that language.
You can tell when somebody else talks boss.
Yeah.
Just by their approach on things. And someone that talks boss doesn't speak any other language. I only talk boss. It's all about effort and what you can visualize in your mind. You know, if you can't think it can happen, and if you don't have confidence that it's going to happen, it ain't going to happen. So if you doubt yourself, like, you know, I box, or at least I used to. I'm not getting in the ring unless I know I'm going to win, or else I already lost. And I look at everything I do like that. I'm winning. And there is nothing. It's 100%. Everything is about perspective and what you consider a win. You know, some people think they're winning because other people think they're winning, even though they don't feel good about what they're doing. They're like, oh, you think I'm winning, so that must mean I'm winning. But I feel like that's not winning. You know, you have to know what makes you happy, what you consider a win. Not everybody's win is the same. You know what I'm saying? But people like to fit in with their W's, but not me. I know what my W's are.
If you want another amazing video with the one and only Dame Dash, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.